Thanks for tuning in to Old Ass Movie Reviews, Episode 3, July 27th, 2020. Today we are reviewing Gone in 60 Seconds. No, not the Nicolas Cage one. The original. This week's movie was the original Gone in 60 Seconds. This will be probably one of the few times you ever hear me say, watch the remake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had fun with the movie, but only the last bit. I found it pretty atrocious, and the acting, cinematography, just where the fuck was the story? Excuse me. Okay. Where was the story?
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt kind of the same way. There's a lot of telling and not showing.
Bingo. Like the setup of the drug lord. Well, I can't film the scene, so let's just do a voiceover and show some scenery. It's like, come on.
I thought the same thing. Like, I thought it was funny. I thought the drug lord scene was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because they steal the car. For if you haven't seen it, it's an old movie, so I don't feel bad about
spoil away.
They steal the car. They open it up. They're going to empty out the trunk. They're going to get rid of any paperwork or anything that's in the thing, shred it, and it turns out there's like pounds and pounds of coke or heroin in the car. And that to me was funny. Like, they just stole like the wrong car.
Right.
And I just started chuckling. But then it just kind of like, well, then we're going to go do this. And then we went and did the voiceover stuff. Just killed me. It's like, why aren't you showing any of this? Why are you just talking about it?
There was not a lot of character development. We didn't really get to know, especially why the lead character, why he was having this issue with his brother.
Right.
I guess it was his brother. I don't know because they didn't show anything.
Yeah, the way I took it was he was like a partner, and he was.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Siblings were partners with him or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that double cross coming.
Well, they oversold it.
You don't ask a guy to give up his fucking
honeymoon
the day he's getting married. You know, you plan your stuff in advance.
Yeah, there was a lot wrong with the story.
I have notes.
Yeah.
Notes.
Wow. My note is, oh crap. I liked the last 30-40 minutes a lot.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun with that.
After it got going, after he stole, the funny part to me was the radio announcer.
Oh my God, K-Fox.
Going over the whole thing, this and that, and this, and I'm like, that's going to be funny when he finds out that's
his car. There were some funny moments in that at the chase.
There were. I actually wrote some down.
Well, what was your takeaway from the movie?
I have overall takeaway. It took way too long to get started.
Yes.
The telling, not showing of the story killed it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the very beginning, because they're telling you how the insurance investigators, which is what they are, they're all insurance investigators, and they've learned how to steal cars and hide it, basically. And I was like, well, that's brilliant, but why are you telling me?
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you showing me? And which is what the voiceover did. It just told you the story of what they were doing. And I was like, okay. And in the meantime, they were kind of showing you a little bit of the work hard segment where they're taking the labels off the cars and all that. And I was just like, okay, you're kind of showing, but you're still telling. You're not. Mm-hmm. You didn't show the guy steal the car, strip it down, put it on a new car. Exactly. You kind of talked about it more than you showed it. So, yeah, I kind of had a problem with that. After about 40 minutes, I'm thinking it was like 30 to 40 minutes into the movie when they actually started stealing the cars.
Yeah, it took a long time to get going.
Yeah, and after that, it was just like, screw the acting. We're just going to crash cars.
There wasn't an actor in that movie at all.
No.
Oh, my God.
H.B. Halicki, who was the writer, producer, and director of the movie.
Course. Yeah, and lead actor.
And lead actor. He did several movies like this. And from what I understand, and I remember watching a special about this, I guess whenever the remake was being
Mm-hmm.
done, they did like a special on him. He actually did all his own driving. He did all his own stunts.
That's impressive.
So when you see that car doing the leap over at the end in
Mm-hmm.
slow motion for no apparent reason,
Yeah.
and I don't mean the jump over the car for no apparent reason. I mean the cinematography of slowing it down. He hasn't slowed down any crashes, anything until
No.
that moment.
He
And I'm
showed
like,
that one over and over and
yeah,
over, and then showed a different jump.
yeah, yeah. Like at the end when they sped it up again, it was like, wait, that's not
That
even
didn't happen.
that's not how it just happened. You
Right.
just showed that jump 4 times, and that's not how it ended.
Well, what about Billy in his lowrider?
I thought that was funny. You
It
saw
was, but I
that.
don't know what the purpose was of all these stone dudes in a car.
See, initially, I thought that they had stolen the car.
Right.
I thought that they had stolen the Cadillac, and I was like, okay, they're showing like the small time hoods stealing a car, and it's going to end poorly for them. Well, it kind of ended poorly, but they never said for sure whether they were stealing the
Well, that's
car.
true. I never even thought it from that angle. So,
And I was like, okay, that would have been really funny had they actually showed these guys stealing the car like these small time kids.
right.
Oh, we're gonna go get high and do a joyride, and it just all ended all poorly, and they all got arrested at the end.
Yeah.
That would have been funny to me because here they are, like, oh, just trying to go out and do what kids do and get nailed totally by. Which is where I thought they were going to go.
Right.
But they,
I didn't even think of that angle, but yeah, that would have worked.
there was one thing whenever he was. I'll go through my bullet points here, but there was a scene where he's being chased by the cops,
Mm-hmm.
and he runs the toll booth.
Yeah.
They missed their mark. I thought nowadays, see the hand flying out and the change and the money hitting the toll booth.
Oh, that would have been
And I would think
perfect.
that would have been so perfect. It wouldn't have taken much. I mean, it could not have taken any time to do that.
No.
And I was like, oh, he missed the mark on that. Because that's what you would do nowadays. It's like, yeah, I'm a thieving SOB, but I pay my tolls. You know?
Yeah, and the driving was top notch. I did not know that was him
Oh,
doing the driving. So,
yeah, it was him doing a lot of his own driving. As far as I know, it was all of him.
yeah, and it was quite
Um,
impressive with the camera work mounted on the dash. So you got his view, and you could
oh,
tell there was a sense of speed, and it's like, damn, this is pretty cool.
yeah, he did. They did some really good stuff in there. And all cops are bad drivers.
Oh,
Is what I got out of this movie. All cops, if you're going to be a police officer, you can't be a good driver, and don't know how to drive. Just if you
well,
don't, go ahead.
it's like that scene on the bridge when one car hit another, and then it was just like in slow motion. Another car would come. There was plenty of room to go around. They left a
Yeah,
path, but every car just kept slamming into each other and left a nice, perfect path for him to drive through. It's like,
yeah, like everybody's in the same lane.
yeah,
It's like
what?
that's convenient. That's really convenient.
It was. There was a lot. He got very lucky.
Yeah, he was a lucky car thief.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Let me get. Did you get any bullet points? Did you write down any
I
bullet
didn't
points?
write down anything other than, oh my
No.
God, what the hell is this?
And there, I don't think they're in any real order, but they start out pretty good. I'll just
Yeah,
bullet
go
point
ahead.
it. 5 pairs of sunglasses on the dashboard.
Yeah, what the hell? In different shades.
He never changed his glasses.
No, and they did not slide on that dashboard.
No, that
I
was smart.
guarantee they were glued on. How many glasses I have lost making a turn as they go out the
Pulling
window?
it out the window because
Yes.
the window is rolled down, and then it's just and I'm like, shit.
Yep.
Gotta go get me another pair.
Maybe if I
Um,
had 5 across my dash, then
right. Explaining the plot in
yeah.
5 minutes. Explaining, not telling. Almost 20 minutes in, a lot of telling, not showing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put my notes right here so it looks like I'm looking at the
Yeah,
camera.
it's all good.
Um, did the guy leave his key in the car or did he have them in his robe? Remember when they went to steal the car? The guy was taking the dog for the walk?
I don't know. I think he just jumped in and
Because the
but
guy
during that
jumped in the
time,
car. Yeah, he jumped in the car and took off. And I'm like, did he leave his car keys in the car?
quite
in the garage,
possibly.
or did he have them in his robe? And why would you have them in your robe? The guys that are supposed to know what they're doing, they don't.
No.
That is the guys, all the thieves.
Which we see nothing really of other than Atlee, I think it was. The guy had
Yeah,
jumped in the car and had the baby tiger in it.
the tiger.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, okay, you guys are really supposed to know your shit. I mean, you're really supposed to know how to steal stuff and
Hmm.
everything. And you have everything on the chalkboards. They had that chalkboard and all the names and all the code written down.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys are really fucking up a lot of stuff, man. You
Yeah.
guys have fucked up a whole lot of stuff in 5 minutes for no reason. The one that really got me was the mall cop speed chase. Really? A mall cop?
Yeah.
I down I forgot. I can't even read what I read, but it's like, why would a mall cop?
Well, he had a dog that he let jump on the hood of that wrecker.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Like,
Yeah.
why
It's like
would you do that? Why wouldn't you just walk up to the guy and go, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?"
exactly. It was instant aggression. It was
And that I wrote that down. At least the dog was okay. Yeah,
yes.
like I'm not going to stick around if a mall cop does that. I'm going to leave too.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
but
exactly what he did.
the speed chase with the mall cop, I'm like, no, I'm not buying that. Okay. I have more. Well, a lot of notes here. Cadillac full of cocaine was funny.
Yeah.
What I thought was really funny, I don't know if you caught this, when they were doing the scene, he's checking on all the cars, and it's like Rolls Royces and
Yeah.
limos and that Manta
The
or whatever
Manta,
it's
yeah.
called. Next to one of the Rolls Royces is a 10-speed bike. I died laughing when I saw that. I
Well,
was
that is
like,
the
oh
bike.
my
He
God,
rode that
still
bike
like-
up to steal one of the rolls.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and you see,
Oh, I didn't see
he
that,
actually takes that bike and puts it in the back seat and goes.
but-
Yes.
I missed that because I thought that was funny. I was like, oh shit, they steal 10-speed
Yeah.
bikes too? I completely missed that.
He rode the bike to the car thief to steal the car.
Whenever he goes to steal the last Eleanor,
Hmm.
the radio announcer's car,
Yeah.
the cops are there waiting, and for no apparent reason, the cops are checking the plates. When the guy just pulls up, and all he does is his friend they pull up, he gets out of the car and walks away, and the cops are checking the plates. They're not checking every other plate in the
No.
car,
No.
in the place. I'm like, why? That made no sense to me. That was a bit of writing that if somebody was in the room with them, should have went, why are they? It's not like they're scoping the place out, looking suspicious. They just pulled up. And the guy jumps out, says goodbye, and walks.
Yeah, and that brings me to a point about the cops, the undercover cops that are sitting there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the police cars would have that protective barrier made out of decorative metal that you get at Home Depot.
I like the decorative metal.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
thought
what the?
plastic-
You spent all this money on cars, and you threw up some 10-cent decorative metal to make. There's so much wrong with this.
And a detective's not going to have that barrier in a car anyway. Any kind of barrier.
No.
They're detectives. They're
No,
not-
it even had the
they
sharp
don't throw
edges.
people-
It's like,
It's got sharp edges. No, here's a big note. No one ever looked around before they stole a car.
no.
They just walked up, la la la, ching, 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 ching. Nobody's gonna notice me stealing this car.
Yeah.
They never looked around. It killed me. I was like, don't any of you guys, I mean, you're all thieves. You're evidently supposed to be good at what you
Oh
do.
yeah, that's
None of them looked around. It's a wonder none of them ever got caught. It was funny that it was the radio announcer's car that got stolen. That was a note. As he ran the toll booth, like I said, he should have thrown the money into the
Right.
thing. The good of this show was the high-speed car chases,
Yeah.
lots of crashes. The bad, telling, not showing. It took too long to get started. And again, all the cops are bad drivers. If you're a police officer or planning to be a police officer,
learn how to
you
drive.
you have to be a bad driver.
Oh,
You just have to. Another good, the actor director did his own stunts. I did like the very end. How he drives into that other used car dealership or the
oh, that was so funny.
and it didn't really dawn on me, but he, as cool as a cucumber, he walks up to that lady. He's like, yeah, you got washes. All you got to do is walk over there. She's like, oh, really? Yeah, and I'll bring your car around for you. And he's in a suit and tie, so he looks like he works there. So she walks over there, and as they're having their argument, she's having the argument with the manager. He's
Right.
driving away in her car. The car that he's been racing around is all damaged, comes out. She passes out in the manager's arms. Meanwhile, the manager, if you're looking at just the description,
He
the
fits the
manager's got
description.
gray hair, the gray mustache. He's wearing a dark jacket,
Yeah.
black pants. The cops all jump out and arrest the manager. I was dying. I was like, now that was a funny moment. That was like
That was a
the
great
perfect
moment.
getaway moment, you know? I
Uh,
like that.
Along with that, I mean, for me, that was the good, was the last 30, 40 minutes.
Right.
It was
Right.
mindless. It was humorous. I had some issues, but it's okay. The funny parts was, how about the old lady with the umbrella?
Yeah. I
Just
ruined
out of
church.
out of nowhere, smacking the car, and then they interview her later. So many people line in the streets to watch this race.
Oh yeah, especially that leap.
Yeah,
The one we were talking about in slow motion. When you look up on the hillside, all you
they're
see is people
everywhere.
like, how many times did this guy do this?
And
How many times did he make this leap?
they show the radio announcer announcing that this car chase started right there, right
Hmm.
there. So I'm assuming that's how they were trying to explain all these people came out. But
Right,
were there
right.
really that many people listening to country music?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Back then it was particular. Well, you got to remember they're in Carson City. That
Yeah.
was that's country out in
The
California. Well, I don't know how it is now.
That's true. The traffic reporter who was up in the air. Uh,
Hmm.
he's when he got on the radio, it was like, "Hello down there. This is me up here." What?
I'm in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? What
I'm surprised they didn't go that far.
the guy's just sitting next to the other guy in the. This is Les Nessman in the
Yeah.
high in the sky.
As God is my witness, I swore turkeys could fly. Yes.
Greatest sitcom moment ever.
I would agree. This movie had a lot of missed opportunities.
Oh
A lot.
yeah.
And it
Let's
makes me angry because I want that money that he had to make that movie.
he blew it all on cars. Like as far as I remember watching, is like everybody's like, oh, he must have made millions. Like, no, he lost a lot of money because it was all on cars. He
Yeah.
destroyed. That was a brand new Mustang,
Oh.
like a couple of them that he just destroyed.
I cringed every time
Sprinter was
yeah,
brand new. Like he just destroyed these cars.
yeah. It was sad, but the movie, did it make up for itself? Kind of. I don't know if I necessarily recommend to watch. I think if you're going to watch it, watch the last 30, 40 minutes just to see
Yeah,
a decent 70s car chase.
at least just fast forward to about the first 30 minutes in, because then I think about that
Yeah.
time he steals the car from the drunk guy at home walking his dog.
Yeah.
And that's a kind of an interesting little chase scene because the cops go back to his house.
Yeah, the car's there.
The car's in the garage.
Yeah.
Like, your car's there. No, he stole it. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. What else? Yeah, it was a good '70s car chase scene without the story.
Yeah, it was.
Like, because I'm still trying to figure out what the story is, other than these guys gave him a lot of money to get him 40 cars and then be done.
Yeah.
I want to know what he did to his brother-in-law or whoever that guy was
Right.
that double crossed him. That's the story I want to see.
There,
It's
there
how.
was some missed opportunity there,
Mhm.
and they did little things in this movie to just allude to this is what's going on by showing
Right.
Pumpkin crying because she knew had turned him in, but you never saw that, and it's like, come
Right.
on, it's yeah, wow, it was painful.
Yeah, they're like somebody could have done something to that guy who double crossed him, because you got to figure if he's double crossing that guy, he's double crossing the entire group.
Yeah,
And that entire group could get killed, physically
yes,
get killed, not by the cops, but by the guys that
hired
were
him.
the cars, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm like, something bad had to happen to that guy. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. There's a lot of missed opportunities, and like I said at the beginning, if you have to choose, watch the remake. At least it has a coherent story, and with
Nicholas
Nicolas
Cage
Cage, it's a good flick.
with receding hairline, Nicholas Cage.
Right, but they have Eleanor. Eleanor makes an appearance. It
Oh,
is
does it?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah, and it's the
I've
same.
never seen
The movie, what I remember, it's been a long time, is pretty much the same, but it's more fleshed out. It's more intense.
like
You start to
a
see
good
the
rewrite.
what's that?
It had a good rewrite.
It had a great rewrite. It actually took time to show how they were stealing the cars and doing
Okay.
all of their stuff. But it's been so long since I've seen it, but I remember more of it than I'll ever remember of this one. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's not.
yeah, I was entertained.
Yeah, I would recommend if you're going to watch the movie to fast forward to about the 30, 40-minute mark,
Yeah,
and then that's fine.
that's
Because
it.
you're not missing anything. All they've done is told you we've gotten hired by somebody. They don't even say who the guy was that
Yeah,
hired
and
him.
none of that's even relevant because it became very clear that this movie was all about that car chase. That was
Especially
it.
the last one, the
Yeah.
last car chase.
That's all he was trying to set up a story to get to where he could showcase his driving and
Right,
everything, and
right.
did a great job at it. But it was wow, damn. Um,
On a scale of 1 to 5, I would say 3. That's me.
yeah,
3.
um,
Wouldn't recommend it. If you want to watch it for a car chase, go in deep before you turn it on. Start watching.
yeah. I would go with that. I don't recommend it as hey, we're gonna pop some popcorn and watch a movie. If you want to study car chase in cinema, this is definitely one to look at because it
Yeah,
probably set a lot of car movies up for this chases Fast and Furious, Bullet.
yeah.
More and more of the car movies probably looked at this as a template. But
Even if you really, yeah, I would say, yeah, I would agree with that. The Blues Brothers, definitely. You
yes,
can see Blues
oh God,
Brothers
there's great car
spilling
chases
that
in
big time.
there's great car
Yeah,
chases in there, and they run over Illinois Nazis. So what more could you want?
yeah. Illinois Nazis. Hate Illinois Nazis. But
Oh, do you
yeah,
have anything
yeah,
else to add on that?
I'm pretty solid on that. I think we can safely tuck that one away
That
now.
one can be tucked away.
If you never
So
see it, you're not missing anything. If you do see it, like I said, fast forward.
yeah, my final thoughts as well. Give it a pass unless you just want to see some history of car chases in cinema.
Right. Yeah, I would
That's
definitely agree with that.
Be sure to catch us next week when we review Eat My Dust starring Ron Howard. Thanks for tuning in.